Welcome to School Matters. I'm Kamaya. We're here at the Center for Communications and Media Relations here at Verina High School, kind of my home away from home. I really mean that. It's like a family here, especially after 4 years. Later in the show, we'll experience a digital day run by students, see the craftsmanship of a shiny new toy, and enjoy some Black History Month celebrations. But first, let's talk about 22, or maybe 33. Okay, so this is a big year for me, especially because I'm a senior, a member of the class of 2022. For this story, we're off to Glen Elementary to see what's happening with the class of 33. Don't bother to figure out the math just yet. Just watch the story. It'll explain everything.
All right, I see some hands up. Give everyone another minute to think.
We decided to do a time capsule with our first graders. It was a special date, 2/22/22, and when they become seniors, there's another special date, 3/3/33. 100 first graders, so we have to really think about what shows something special to us as first graders. So I reached out to my innovative learning coach, Mandolin Loftus, and said, wouldn't it be neat to create a time capsule on their memories for this year and then invite them back when they're seniors on that special date?
Think about some things that are special for 2022.
So we thought about things that could be easy to do as a whole group, so asking some survey questions of the class, like what was their favorite song that they liked to listen to, favorite book.
Archer said we'll put some things in it, and then we'll bury it, and we'll dig it back up. Remember, how old are you going to be when we dig it back up? 18.
It's stuff that your class voted, like music that your whole class listened to. Amelia decided a picture and Addison decided a mask because we might not be wearing masks as much as we are in 3/3/33.
What's one thing you thought, Katie?
A shoe.
A shoe, oh, possibly.
We wanted to make sure there was an interactive component when they came back, so they weren't just kind of looking and standing around. So we measured each student with a piece of string and tied it to a card with their name on it so that when they come back, they can have their little memory card, untie the string, see how tall they were when they were in first grade, and hopefully see how much they've grown.
Oliver said that we're going to be digging it up when we're in 12th grade. Now we are ready to get started to dig, and we've got one representative.
We dug up a spot by our flagpole because we've learned in the past that sometimes people forget where they've buried them. So we picked a special spot and have a special stone that will be placed over it so that the seniors will remember where it is when they come back to open it.
In 11 years, I'll be close to 30. Hopefully by then, I'll have my master's in business and run a successful accounting firm. Enough about me. The inspiration for that Glen Allen project was the date 2/2/22. It's not something that happens very often, so I understand why it got so much attention. It was also the inspiration for some other fun at Harvie Elementary.
It's Tuesday!
2 for 2/22. Today is just another day at Harvie, and we are celebrating Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, with our tiaras, with our ties, with our tutus, and our tennis shoes. So you'll see some of our boys and girls and staff representing Tuesday in their attire. All of our activities today, as well as some music, will represent Tuesday, so let's have some fun.
It's February 22nd, 2022. You are going to do your first 2-minute challenge. Pencil in the air. How many times can you write your name in 2 minutes? Ready? Set, go.
next piece has nothing to do with the number 2 or 22. As I mentioned before, I'm a member of the Center for Communications and Media Relations. A lot of us here hope to go into TV or journalism someday. Over at Henrico High School, there's a Center for the Arts, where students study dance and theater. Recently, some people who are making a living in the performing arts came by to give students some insights on what it's really like in the real world. Check it out.
Symposium was just amazing. It really allowed me to branch out into things I probably otherwise wouldn't have done.
3, 4. It's an opportunity that we get here that you don't really get anywhere else. So it's a really good opportunity for us to learn about our art and how to be better artists.
You've got the sass. Just put it into the character sass, yeah?
We got to do this freshman year, and I was honestly kind of scared that we wouldn't get to do it again. And then we did get to do it again, and I was so excited that we got to do this again.
We were able to resume our annual Symposium Day. It's a day-long masterclass workshop session for our performing arts students, the students in dance, musical theater, and theater all get to be excused from their regular academic classes and instead partake in a series of classes with industry professionals here in the greater Richmond area to give the students a taste of what it's like outside of their normal disciplines.
You want to bend that knee, try to get that knee up to your chest, and then you're going to go on the ball of your foot. Down, up.
The first class I had was hip hop.
7, 8, up.
I'm definitely not a dancer. There are definitely dancers. There were so many in my class and they were amazing. In musical theater, we do kind of everything.
Back. There you go.
We don't really do hip hop dancing though. So it was really fun to kind of branch out and do a different style of dancing.
In certain disciplines, you don't get to have a taste of what other people like to do. I can't sing like the musical theater kids, but I also got to do vocal coaching, which kind of helped me step into a different perspective other than my own.
That's not a worthy explanation. I know there is none. Nothing can make sense of all these things I've done.
I took a vocal coaching class, which was literally amazing. He gave me some great tips.
So what's happening is our vocal folds have just gotten a little bit thicker, and so that, I think, is what you're feeling.
I took clowning, which was new to me, and I really liked it. I've been looking to get into physical comedy for a bit, and I got into it finally.
Maybe your clown has a name, maybe your clown does not.
It's all about physical comedy and embracing your character, all the attributes and the things you can embody in them.
It was really fun because you get to act but not really saying words. You basically act with your body, and it was really fun and really challenging at the same time.
Even though I'm a dancer, I've never really taken any tap classes outside of school. And so I was put into an intro-level tap class, which at first surprised me, but it ended up being amazing. And I'm really happy I did it. I learned that it's not about performing it, more so making music with tap, which I had no idea about. So we were making music in what I thought would be a dance class.
Oh, I get it.
And what are we creating here?
A stain for the wood.
A stain.
So in Prop It Up, we helped with props for Newsies, and it was really fun because I painted some of the stage.
It's an opportunity to not only build props and help out with the drama club, but it's also an opportunity to kind of talk to people and get to know people.
Shoe brands. Okay, Nike.
1.
Louis Vuitton.
2.
I took improv.
1. 2.
We first got warmed up with some name games, getting used to people's names so you can easily call on them when you're doing certain exercises.
There was one lady that really stuck out to me. She taught our improv class. She went here and now she's out there doing what we all want to do.
But I say push yourself, challenge yourself, go to those auditions,
treat yourself like a professional, and then you'll be seen as one.
College is not too far away, so having those people come in and show us what they do for work, these are things that we aspire to do for work as well. So it gives us really an inside look. It's always great to have someone to look up to. People with experience can help other people with no experience. We learn from other people and we learn from doing. And with Symposium, we got both of those things.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. The trees stand tall. Mother, mother, you tell me to stay rooted. The tree's roots go deep. You tell me to focus on my breath, and the trees breathe for the earth. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? Will you be the kind that makes shade, or the kind that shows a new way? Might you be the kind to hug, or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind. The child had a few more questions after that, and the forest had plenty of answers.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed.
Looking at that poem, hearing those poems, who do you think is the audience? Who do you think the poet is speaking to in that poem?
That kind of shows how at that time, Black Americans didn't even feel comfortable to let other people who may have even been allies know how we were feeling on the inside.
Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise.
Being free and successful. Right, exactly. She's able to live out her ancestors' dreams of being free and successful.
Yes, we are our father's sons and daughters, but we are not their choices. But despite their absences, we are still here, still alive, still breathing, with the power to change this world, one little boy and girl at a time. Knock, knock, who's there? We are.
Welcome back to School Matters. I'm Kamaya. You just saw a clip from a poetry event at Highland Springs High School. During Black History Month, many schools use that time to discuss African American writers. I'm sure you're familiar with Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou, and most recently, Amanda Gorman. You know, the girl from the inauguration. Right now, we'll visit Deep Run High School as they look at African American poetry.
On Being Brought from Africa to America by Phyllis Wheatley. 'Twas mercy brought me from my pagan land, taught my benighted soul to understand that there is a God, that there is a Savior too. Once I redemption neither sought nor knew. Some view our sable race with a scornful eye. Their color is a diabolic dye. Remember, Christians, Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train.
And Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness offend you? Don't take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like life, I rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Out of a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrous clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I'm the dream and the hope of the slave.
If you'd like to see longer versions of those stories, visit the HCPS YouTube channel. Now for a change of pace. Let's talk technology. I don't mean using technology like playing video games or using apps. I mean creating, coding, animations, and podcasts. The dope thing is that this has students teaching students. Go check it out.
We had Digital Learning Day where we taught other kids about different technologies and how they can apply that in the real world.
We were teaching students about how to use new technology that they might not have heard of.
We wanted to show people that don't really use technology, like that it's not boring and that it's fun and you can learn things from it.
We have 5 stations that are different technologies you're going to learn about today, and we will rotate through 2 different groups in your time here.
I was in charge of the stop motion station, and we were teaching the kids how to use stop motion, and we gave them a challenge to build a natural disaster.
We had students use Play-Doh and iPads to create natural disasters in an animation video.
No, we want a little. We don't want a big yet.
Occasionally they made the videos too short and didn't do much, but overall they did a good job.
When I first came in, I had no idea how to use stop motion, but over in our design class, Power Up Patriots, I got exposed to it and I liked it, and I decided to join the station.
And then
No, just one.
No, just one for now.
I'm gonna show you some basic tools. I was at a booth of 3D printing, so we showed them the uses of 3D printing, like how you can make food or organs with it, and we used a basic 3D designing program called Tinkercad.
Yep, so you're gonna add a second object and...
So we wanted to show them how it works and they could design their own things.
So does anyone have any questions so far?
In my group, we taught people how to do a lot of stuff in Minecraft. We taught the main coding aspect of Minecraft, which is redstone, and how to work all the gizmos and gadgets through it.
It's a basic flavor, but it's good though.
We did podcasting and microphones and we video and how to edit things.
Here with Jack Goney and JC Brooks.
Personally, I think it went pretty well. I don't know how the other groups went, but ours went pretty well. It was a lot of fun. Kids really were able to just be free and have personal development, I feel like, where they could just go around and podcast or play around with the microphone or edit if they didn't like something.
We are Power Up Patriots. We are a class that is 7th and 8th graders at Tuckahoe that use the design cycle to fix problems throughout the school.
It's kind of like a student learning group to teach other kids about technology.
Every Thursday we do a thing called Maker Mornings, and it's during the advisory block, and kids can sign up to come down and they'll learn how to use a certain piece of technology in that morning.
This is very similar to Scratch. It's just a way to turn your code.
I feel like with a student, they'll understand more because it's someone around their age, and they probably have a better method of explaining it than an adult might, because an adult might do it differently.
We might be more personal and understand how students learn and stuff like that.
Like the class, we learn leadership skills because we're talking in front of classes, talking to teachers, having our own free time. We don't have teachers looking over us all the time. We're independent.
3, 2, 1, sit.
The Power Up Patriots keep themselves pretty busy. Each week, they do an early morning challenge where they teach a new technology before school starts. I'd probably come in for that. When we come back, we'll look at how CTE students took an old game and made it a new shiny toy, and I mean shiny.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
So walk around and go find your spot at your seat. Think about that. 18, take away 6. What do you say to something? Count the ones and tell me what number does that make. Good job, so 28. Got these. Which of these shows the least? Are you ready? Oh, okay, so you knock the rest down. Look at the 10s and then look at the 1s. How much is that? 31. 3 groups of 10 and 1. So 31. That would go in front of 14. So we'll put that one right there. Put 7.
Welcome back to School Matters. I'm Kamaya. As you probably know, there are a lot of celebrations during a school year. We just finished Black History Month, and now it's March, which is Music and Arts Month. It's also Women's History Month. Recently, it was the School Board Appreciation Week, and the gift they received was made by students from the ACE Center at Hermitage. The technology they used was dope. That's my go-to word.
Christmas this year, we decided we would make the Tricky Triangle, which is better known as the Cracker Barrel game that you go play while you're waiting for your food to be delivered. My students made them to take them home for their parents or guardians for Christmas. And somehow, Mac Beaton got a hold of us and saw the design and liked it, so we got to make them for the school board. So we start with raw materials. We'll start with round stock to make the pins. We'll put them in our lathe. And machine the pins. Then we move to the mill. We'll actually put the divot in the back side of the pins. The triangles start out as flat plate and build the thickness in the milling machines. And we have a computer-aided machine where we drill all the holes and we take it to the bandsaw and cut out, and then back to the mill again to be profiled.
In honor of the school board's commitment to the students of Henrico County and career and technical education, I think it's only fitting that these gifts start with raw material and end up in a very useful project. At this point in time, I'll turn the mic over to our instructor, Mr. Kevin Osby.
We were kind of nervous, all of us were. My students did a really good job representing us.
It's an honor to present each board member with a personalized gift that we designed and manufactured in our lab. The official name of the gift is called the Tricky Triangle, better known as the Cracker Barrel game. On behalf of all HCPS students, happy CTE month and thanks again for all you do.
They had a really good time, and I think the school board got a good feel of what we can make. Hands-on experience is what CTE is all about. There's no limit to what you can do once you get this under your belt.
We'll close our show with a special performance by the second graders at Mehfoud Elementary. It was a part of the school's Black History Month celebration. For School Matters, I'm Kamaya.